Hey Shannon, it's been 5 years, right?
Who is this?
Huh? You know me, right? Stop joking around. We miraculously reunited today, didn't we?
What are you talking about? Please tell me your name or I won't know what you're talking about.
Fine, I'll tell you. It's me, Tariq.
Huh?
Your ex-husband, Tariq?
How do you have my account information?
You seriously? You don't know yet? You came to the entrance ceremony at the kindergarten yesterday, right?
The entrance ceremony? Your child goes to the same kindergarten as mine?
Yep, she's my second child. It seems that my daughter is in a different class as your daughter, though. But it seems like a child of my wife's friend is in the same class as your child, so you must have exchanged contact information with her. She gave your contact information to my wife, which is how I got it.
Could you not hand out my contact information like that?
Calm down. I have no intention of getting back together with you or something. My wife knows I have your contact information, so there's no need to worry.
Your wife is Sarah, right? The woman you cheated on me with 5 years ago, which was the cause of our divorce and also an old friend of mine. It's obvious she finds the situation hilarious.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I think it's hilarious as well.
Don't contact me anymore.
What?
I guess it can't be helped if we see each other at the kindergarten, but I have no intention of being friendly with you two. Bye.
Hmm. This gets more and more hilarious the more I think about it. If you, who is infertile, were at the kindergarten, then that must mean that you married someone who already had children.
Huh?
Even if you come to the entrance ceremony pretending to be a mother, it's not your actual child, so it's a bit funny thinking about it.
So you still think I'm infertile?
But you couldn't bear a child in the 3 years that we were together, right? Mom said that if a woman can't bear a child in 3 years, then she must be infertile.
But I never even got myself tested for infertility. It must have just been bad timing.
But the truth is that you couldn't have a child, which means that you're infertile. You knew this, and that's why you married a single father, right?
I'm my husband's first wife, and the child that was born between us is also his first child.
Stop being delusional.
I'm delusional?
Yeah, these are the sad fantasies of a woman who can't give birth. You really are strange.
Fine. Our children go to the same kindergarten, so we'll probably see each other again whether we want to or not. So I'll tell this to you now to prevent any misunderstandings in the future.
What is it?
I've already given birth to 3 children.
Huh?
My eldest son, who's 3 years old, the one who came to the entrance ceremony yesterday, and 2 twin daughters who were half a month ago.
Huh? You're infertile but have 3 children? That means your husband had 3 children with his previous wife, right? Stop making weird excuses, it's confusing.
I gave birth to all 3 of them.
But you're infertile and...
I told you that I gave birth after we divorced. Do you not understand that what I'm trying to say is that I'm not infertile?
Huh? You gave birth to them?
Yes, that's what I told you multiple times. Oh, and it's not like I underwent some sort of infertility treatment. I gave birth to them naturally.
Then why didn't you get pregnant in the 3 years you were married to me?
Why are you asking me that?
Tell me.
All I know is that there were no problems with my body. You think about what other possibilities there might have been. Goodbye.
Because of you, my wife took my children and went to her parents' house.
What? Don't get me involved in your fights, please.
I'm not involving you, this is your fault. I wanted to find out whether you had actually given birth to your son, so I dropped off and picked up my child to and from kindergarten as much as possible so I could have a chance to meet you.
Oh, you're talking about 10 days after the entrance ceremony, right? I was with my husband, right?
Yes, that husband. I tried to talk to you, but as I tried to approach, he suddenly appeared from behind your back. I thought I hadn't seen him before, and so I looked closely at his face, which is when I noticed that he was the executive director at my office.
Apparently, I only found out when he told me after we got married.
I know that he has a son the same age as my daughter. When I heard that his wife gave birth to twin daughters a few months ago, does that mean that what you were saying was true?
I see. So that's why you ran off without even talking to me, your face pale. I haven't seen you since, but I'm not complaining.
Something terrible has happened to me.
What?
I did a bit of research after that and found out that men being infertile is more common than I thought. I did a DNA test with my child. The result was, well, He was my child.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, but my wife found that I had done a DNA test behind her back, and she got furious at me for suspecting her of cheating.
Oh, and that's why she took your children and went to her parents' house. But I don't see how that has anything to do with me.
If you hadn't said anything strange, I would have never have done a DNA test.
Wouldn't this have never happened if you never bothered me in the first place?
Then why did you reply to my text?
Because you still insisted that I was infertile, and you even said that my husband was a single father or something. Don't you think it was only natural for me to get annoyed and correct you?
But you were supposed to be infertile.
You were just being delusional. If you have the time to complain to me like this, then why don't you make up with your wife instead? Bye.
This is so unfair. You're so much less attractive than me, but you're the wife of an executive director? And to think that he works at the same company as Tariq. To think that she would get married with someone even better than Tariq after he threw you away. I stole Tariq from you, only for you to find someone even better. Unfair. That's so unfair. I'm gonna steal this new husband of yours.
I can't do this anymore.
Huh?
My family's on the verge of collapse again.
Oh, you're talking about how Sarah tried to seduce my husband into going to a hotel together, right? I heard that Sarah was a newly hired part-time worker at you and my husband's client company. Apparently, my husband filed a complaint, so it's only a matter of time before she gets fired, though.
What is this? Ever since I met you at the kindergarten again, my life has been crumbling apart piece by piece.
You're making this my fault again? Is this a hobby of yours or something?
Why did you put your child into that kindergarten? Did you do it on purpose? You were jealous of me and Sarah, and
I don't have enough time on my hands for such stupid matters.
you're saying this is stupid?
Yes, no matter how you look at it.
What?
Why don't you calm down and think about this logically? It just happened to be the case that we enrolled our children in the same kindergarten. I didn't do anything to you. Do you understand that?
Uh-oh.
Which means that if you hadn't went out of your way to get my contact information just to annoy me, this never would have happened. Don't make me repeat myself over and over.
Shannon, I turned in my divorce papers earlier. So could you get divorced as well and get back together with me?
Huh?
Let's just give custody of our children to our current partners and give birth to children of our own. It seems that neither of us are infertile, so you were getting a bit old to give birth, but you can handle one more, right?
Jesus, will you seriously never leave me alone?
What?
It's been medically proven that too much stress makes it more difficult to have children.
What? What are you trying to say?
Don't you get it?
Huh?
You bothering me like this all the time is a huge source of stress. Your parents were the same when they were living with us.
My parents?
Yes, they were just like you. Every time I met them, the first thing they would say was, "Give us a grandchild." They would tell me this more than a dozen times each day, which almost drove me to insanity.
But they never said that to Sarah.
Of course they didn't.
What?
You have an older child, right? Sarah got pregnant with this child, which is also why you divorced me. They wouldn't tell her to give birth to a grandchild if she already did, would they? Judging by what you said earlier, it seems that Sarah got custody of the child, so if I were to marry you again, I would be thrust back into the same hell as before with them telling me to give them a grandchild over and over. Why would I do that?
Fine, I'll keep an eye on them and make sure they don't say that to you anymore.
But I have no intention of divorcing my husband, and I have no intention of letting go of my children either.
What? Really?
Why did you even think that I want to get back together with you in the first place? There's no chance no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, but if the two of us loved each other enough.
I lost my last ounce of love for you when I found out you cheated on me with Sarah.
What? Then what should I do now? I already got divorced.
I don't know.
Just open the front door, will you?
What?
I came to pick you up. I know that the executive director doesn't go to work on Mondays. This is our chance to make an escape without being bothered. Come on, I'm outside the backyard. I can come in if I break the window in the living room. Hold on. If I could just get a hold of you for a day, then you'll have no choice but to get divorced.
Are you an idiot?
Huh? Is that how you talk to your husband?
If the executive director doesn't go to work on Mondays, then he isn't at the office now, right?
Yeah, that's why.
then doesn't that mean there's a high probability that he's currently at home? In fact, he is.
Huh?
Apparently, he's going to tell the company about this.
No way.
We already called the police, by the way.
I hear sirens.
There's no use trying to run anymore. Goodbye. I didn't expect that he would try and break in our house and get caught by the police. Not long after that, Tyreek was fired from his job. We received an alimony from Tyreek and Sarah, and after that placed a restraining order on them. I haven't seen them since. Apparently, both of their families got involved in a fight over who would get custody of their children. Since neither of the parents were functioning adults, the grandparents of the children had to settle things for them. Each family would gain custody of one child, and they would be adopted by relatives. The relatives of both Tyreek and Sarah cut ties with their families. It seems the 6 of them, Tyreek, Sarah, and their 4 parents, all are currently unemployed. There are eyewitness accounts saying that they were living together under a bridge, but it's uncertain where they really went.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Ginny, are you there? I have something that I kind of need to really talk to you about right now. I'm really sorry, but I think that I'm going to have to make some rules for the house if we're going to be living together.
You really think we need to make house rules? I thought that things have been going pretty smoothly between everyone.
Really? Well, that's a bit of a shock because I'm the exact opposite. I mean, seriously, are you blind or something? Or are you just stupid?
Wait, what? Where is all of this coming from?
I just mean that just because I don't have a job doesn't mean that you can expect me to take care of the house all day long. If you want something cooked or washed, why don't you go and do it yourself? You can't say thank you to me and think that that's going to be enough. If you were really grateful, then you would pay me. Every time you ask me to do something around the house, you're going to have to pay to do it. Do you understand?
Hold on a second, Olga. Are you really going to try and charge me for asking you to keep the house clean?
That's right. If you want to pay me $1,000 a month, though, then I would be gladly do everything around the house for you.
You want me to pay you $1,000 a month?
That's right. I think it's time that you finally understand your place in this house. Since you're just a freeloader, you can't just boss around however you want. This house belongs to your brother and his wife. I get a say in telling what you do as well.
Wait just a minute here.
No, you're nothing but a freeloader here. Don't you get that? Honestly, anytime you leave your room, all you do is get in our way.
Okay, I really need to stop you there, Olga. I'm not a freeloader. In fact, if anyone is doing that sort of thing around here, it's you two.
Excuse me, what did you just say? Are you really trying to say that this house is yours just because Fred owns it?
I'm not saying that at all. You're misunderstanding me.
I really had no idea that you were that type of person. You think that you take precedence over me, his wife, just because you're his sister? Is that why you think that you can boss me around, just because we're not blood related?
Of course that's not what I'm doing. I never even said anything like that to begin with. All I'm saying is the truth, which is that this house is actually mine.
You have got some serious nerve, do you know that? This is our house, and how dare you to call it yours? Well, don't worry, I'm going to have a long talk with Fred about this, and I doubt that he's going to let you stick around here much longer if he finds out you're treating his wife like this.
Hey, Ginny, are you there? I just got off the phone with Olga. She told me that she was talking to you about making some rules for the house.
Yeah, we talked about that, among a bunch of other things. Actually, there is something that I would like to talk to you about regarding all of that.
Oh, really? What do you want to ask me?
I was just curious why Olga seemed to be under the impression that the house belonged to you and not me. I mean, she kept going on about how I was a freeloader, as if she had no clue whose house she was really in.
Oh, did she really say something like that to you?
I mean, you do know that I pay all the rent for this place. You remember that I won a 5-year lease and a drawing for this super popular location? But that then I had to go on a business trip for 2 years right after that, right? And that you two are only living here because I arranged a deal with management while I would be out of the country.
Of course I know all of that. Why are you acting as if I don't already have all of the information? I mean, I know that the reason all three of us get to live in such an amazing and central location like this is all thanks to you.
Well, I wish that it felt like that. You do also remember that I only agreed to let you two live here if you kept up with taking care of the house, right? So what I want to know is why I feel like I'm being treated like I'm the one imposing on you two when it's my house.
I'm really sorry for this, sis. Maybe you might have already guessed all of this, but the truth is that I have told Olga that I don't actually own this place.
That is exactly what I thought was happening, actually. So you were basically just trying to show off for her by saying that you are paying for this place?
Well, in a nutshell, yeah. I told her that I had someone on the inside who would rent to us for cheap, and she believed me. So I just kind of went with it.
Are you kidding me right now? I want you to tell Olga the truth right now. If you don't, I'm going to have you both kicked out of here.
Wait, hold on just a second. Can't we at least talk about this? I mean, you can't just throw us out of here. We live here. But I swear that I'm already looking for a new place to live. It's just that we've gotten so used to living around here that finding a new place that works for us is difficult.
Yeah, it would be pretty hard to find an apartment that beats the setup that you have right now. I mean, you don't pay rent, you don't clean, you basically have this place all for free.
That's exactly what I'm saying. We've just gotten so used to living here that finding a new place that is going to work for us both is going to take some time. So please, just give us a little more time to look for a new place to live.
You do know exactly what I really want to say to you, right?
Yes, I know. I promise that I'll explain everything to Olga, so please, I just need a little more time is all. Then I promise that Olga and I will be out of your hair completely.
I am going to hold you to that, Fred. Remember that. The next time that Olga calls me a freeloader or a bum, you two are both on your own. Understand?
I have had it with you. I want you out of the house right now. I have no idea why you let someone like you take advantage of us like this.
Excuse me? What are you talking about right now, Olga?
I mean that Fred and I are kind enough to open our door to you, and all you do is cause us stress. Do you have any idea just how much leeway Fred has given you because you're his sister? Well, I'm not so easygoing. I want you to pack your bags and get lost, understand?
I don't understand at all, but if you think that I'm going to move out just because you don't like me, that is not going to happen. In fact, I think I've even been bending over backwards for you. I've been doing my own chores and even doing everyone's laundry.
Don't you get me started on this laundry. I know all about what you did. You took the receipt out of my pocket pants.
What does that have to do with anything? You're upset because I checked pockets before washing the clothes? I wasn't sure what it was, so I just held on to it, and I gave it back to you later, just in case.
Oh, please. I'm sure that you probably took a picture of it before you gave it back. I know that you're going to try and use that receipt to steal my identity later.
Excuse me? You have to be joking, right?
Well, I'm not going to just sit by and let you get away with that. I'm going to kick you out of the house before you have a chance to threaten me anymore. Don't think that you can boss me around just because you found some proof of my affair. I won't be stopped that easily.
Hold on a second. You mean that the receipt was from a time you were cheating on my brother?
Well, no, duh. But it's not like it's a big deal. Everyone cheats. It's all the rage now. Actors, celebrities, other rich people, they're always getting caught in affairs and cheating scandals and stuff like that. In fact, the whole reason that I started my affair was because of all the stress that you were causing me. So just remember that this is your fault.
You have got to be kidding me. Are you seriously admitting to cheating on Fred right now? I didn't even look at what the receipt was for. Don't tell me it was for some fancy dinner you went to or a motel or something.
Wait, you mean that you didn't even look at what it is for? Don't tell me that you really had no idea what I was talking about until now.
I really didn't think much of it. I just took it out of your pocket and put it aside without a second glance. I had no idea it was tied into any of what you just told me.
Wait, please tell me that that's a joke or something.
I'm serious. But now you've gone and pretty much told me everything that I might not have been able to guess just from looking at that sheet of paper.
This can't be happening. What have I done?
You've just admitted to cheating, which, by the way, I would appreciate if you did not try to blame on me. I don't care what excuses you've come up with, cheating is still cheating. If you need to find ways to relax, you should join a gym and release tension that way.
Shut your mouth. Don't you tell me what to do. I already told you that it wasn't my fault. You pushed me into it. Ever since you moved in with us, my stress levels have been maxed out. I've asked Fred over and over again to finally kick you out of here, and finally I was pushed into cheating on him since he wouldn't listen. I mean, you should have this guy. It was like a model started working at my part-time job or something.
What are you even talking about? You are literally making 0 sense right now.
Well, now that you know my secret, I really have no choice but to throw you out. I can't stand living with you anymore. Just get out already, you blood-sucking parasite. Aren't you ashamed to be someone of your age and still living with family?
No, you're right. It's high time that I just cancel my lease with this place.
Wait, what do you mean?
I understand that you feel concerned because you just confessed cheating on your husband, but to go so far to call me the parasite? Well, I'm sorry, but that was the last straw. I have given you chance after chance after chance, and you have exhausted my patience. I am not going to let you stay here any longer.
I already told you that it's Fred's house, so I can do whatever I want around here. You don't have anything to say. And you certainly have no power to cancel the lease for this place.
I think I understand what's going on now. Fred never told you the truth about where we've all been living, huh? I told him he needed to tell you, but I guess he just didn't listen. This place is mine. I pay the rent, and it has always been mine. I have been the one letting you two stay with me, not the other way around.
Man, you must be getting really desperate if you think a lie like that is going to work. I know for a fact that Fred bought this place with his own money. We were living here before you even arrived here, remember?
I didn't arrive, I returned, actually. Not long after I signed the lease on this place. However, I was sent away for a business trip for a long time and it was going to be empty. Since the lease I signed was for 5 years, however, I managed to ask for a reduce in rent and sublet to the two of you in the meantime. But my idiot brother thought that you would be impressed if he said the house was his. So that's just what he told you. Fred has been lying to you, just like you've been lying to him.
Wait, hold on. Are you being serious?
Have you ever even asked Fred what this place costs him in rent? Or did he ever say who his person on the inside was? Have you ever seen any scrap of proof that he really owns this place?
Well, I guess I just assumed that he wouldn't like about something like this. But he wasn't the one who was handling all of the moving in process.
You would think that a married couple getting their first place together would be something the couple would be involved in. But you just let Fred handle everything and didn't worry about the details? I mean, didn't you think that any of this might have been a little suspect? I guess not. Otherwise, you wouldn't have allowed things to go this far if you knew, or even had any hint of the truth.
How can you just throw us out on the streets? Why couldn't you have just waited for the lease to end?
Excuse me? How could I do this to you? No, how could you do this to me? I thought I told you to tell Olga the whole truth. I told you that if she ever started calling me a bum or freeloader or anything like that, that this setup would be over. Well, you couldn't hold up your end of the deal, so I held up mine.
But, I mean, I just haven't gotten around to tell her, okay? But I was going to, I swear. Please, just don't do this to us. We don't have anywhere else to go. I'm so sorry for how Olga's been treating you, but I'll set her right. Don't worry.
It's way too late for any of that. You had your chance to come clean to Olga, and you didn't. Besides, I seriously doubt a person like that would change just because you asked them to. She tried to kick me out of my home and called me a blood-sucking parasite.
She did? But I had no idea about that. You mean that she really messaged you and told you that she wanted you to move out? I guess that means that you probably told her that I wasn't the one who bought this house in the first place then, huh?
You really thought you could get away with hiding the truth from her for that long. Then again, I guess this means maybe the two of you were meant for each other.
What do you mean by that?
I just mean that you still haven't asked me why it was that Olga wanted to kick me out in the first place.
I don't get it. I assumed she was just being her usual self and that she lost her patience around you.
I'm afraid that is only half of the story. The real reason I'm told her I was kicking her out was because she was cheating on you.
Hold on just a second. You're telling me that Olga is seeing other men behind my back?
That's right. Apparently there is some new hot guy who just started at her work and who caught her eye. She also told me that she started the affair because of how stressed she was living here.
She's cheating on me with some guy from work?
That's right. And apparently she had left a receipt from a date that she had gone on with him in the pocket of a pair of pants. I happened to find it while doing the laundry, and Olga assumed that it meant I knew everything. She thought that I was going to try and blackmail her, and she tried to kick me out to protect herself from that. But all she did in the process was confess to everything that I actually had no idea about, since I didn't even look at the receipt that caused all this in the first place. So basically, you were both going around lying to each other about one another's lives.
I don't know what to say. My wife cheating on me.
I'd appreciate if you two talk this out after moving out. Thank you very much. I've already decided to move out and leave this place.
What do you mean? You're just going to pack up and leave?
That's right. I was talking to the landlords today and told them I was going to be canceling my lease. I gave them warning that the place would be empty by the end of the week, and then I paid for the lease breaking fee.
Ginny, what the heck is the matter with you? Why would you tell your brother that I was cheating on him? You totally ruined what I had going on. Please just keep your mouth shut about business that is not yours.
I see the two of you finally came clean to each other then. Now you know that Fred had nothing to do in getting our place, and now he knows that his wife is cheating on him. I love it when couples match like that. It's so cute. I wish you two the best of luck in finding a new home.
Good luck? Good luck? We don't have a place to live in. Our marriage is falling apart. What is good about any of this?
Well, I suppose you two only have yourselves to blame. If only you could have kept yourself from cheating and calling me a freeloader, then maybe we would all still be living together.
Okay, I'm really sorry for the things I said, and I'm also really sorry for cheating on your little brother. And I'm also sorry for blaming you for my affair. Now, can you please go talk to your landlord and tell them that you changed your mind? Please, can't we just go back to the way things were when we all lived together?
Yeah, that is not going to be happening at all.
Please, I'm sure if we could just all sit down and talk this together. I mean, Fred and I are basically even since we both lied to each other. Surely we can have all this makeup and be friends again, yeah?
Oh, so you two already put aside your differences and are going to stay together?
That's right, I know. I said that my marriage was falling apart, but I think that living here would hold it together. So please, for our sakes, won't you change your mind?
Hold on a second. You're staying together for the house?
We won't have a place to live at this rate. Better to hate each other. But have a house together than be lonely and homeless. Plus, this location is just so convenient and I love the view that we have. You have no idea how jealous people get when I tell them where I live. So please don't kick us out. Neither of us want to live here.
So you want me to let you two live here, and you think that is going to save your marriage?
Exactly. I'm so happy that you understand. I knew that you would.
I see. Well, you are more than welcome to keep living without me. If you pay all the rent yourself, that is. It's about $8,000 a month. Think you can afford it?
You pay $8,000 a month for this place?
Like you said, it's in a great location with a fantastic view. Are you really that surprised at its price? I was only given the discount price for the time period where I was away on my business trip.
There's no way that we could pay that much a month.
Well, then it sounds to me like the decision has been made for you both. Good luck with the divorce.
Please, you can't do this to us. I mean, Fred is your brother. I'm your sister-in-law. Please, you have to help us.
I already gave you my answer. I am sick and tired of living with the both of you, and this week cannot come to an end fast enough for me. So I would stop wasting your time with this conversation and start packing up your bags. Now have a nice life, you parasite. After that, Fred and Olga finally accepted what was going on and began to pack up their belongings and moved out. I was finally able to end my lease for that room and instead moved into the penthouse of a condo unit nearby. When I went to explain why I was canceling my lease with my landlord, she said that she just had a new property open up nearby if I was interested. When I learned how close this new place was to my old place, I figured that Fred and Olga would never think that I had just moved next door from where we all used to live. Speaking of those two, they tried to keep things together in a tiny apartment, but in such a cramped space, they only learned to hate each other more and more, and before long, they were divorced.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.